welcome back to my YouTube channel Engineering Zindabad. I'm PyQT and now we are starting with PyQT. Yes, the GUI part of an app that we will be creating. We have understood the basics that are required in order to create an app in Python. Now we are taking up PyQT. So basically why we learned those basics? We have learned those in order to create the backend, okay? Or we can say the major functionalities. So let's suppose if I take an example of basic calculations like addition or subtraction or division or multiplication, then these can be performed by a person through Python also using the add method, right? We talked about functions. So we have in this library math. Okay, so in that there are multiple functions like add, subtract, multiply, etc. Okay, subtract, multiply and so on. So through these functions, this addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. can be done. So what we have understood from this, that through Python we can do this. Okay, I will show you on how to do it through code in the next video. Okay, so through Python we can do it as a coder can do it. Okay, but what about a normal person, a normal user who just knows how to use a computer or a phone but doesn't know coding? He wants a calculator app, right? In order to perform those calculations, he will not be opening the Python compiler and would perform these calculations using these functions or like a plus b by storing the numbers in variable, and he will not be doing this coding thing, right? So we have to give him a proper calculator app. In order to create that calculator app, the calculator app, after clicking this app on desktop, right? On desktop, first we are learning, we will go to mobile apps also, but first in this playlist we are focusing on development of desktop apps. Okay, so this is because if you're new to coding, then it's really important or critical for you to first get the concepts and on how development is done. Then you can always switch to any other language, to any other tech stack that you want to develop the apps in. Okay, so let's first talk about this calculator thing. Okay, so we will be giving that particular user a screen, okay, where he will be putting the inputs and receiving the outputs. There will be buttons to perform calculations. There will be one clear button also to clear all that input and output that we have received. Okay, so we have to give that person a proper calculator with the digits marked and all those symbols of addition, subtraction and division, right? Now this is called as UI. If you are from any engineering field also, then you might be having an idea about what UI is, but if you are from some other field completely, then let me tell you, this is user interface with which a noob user, a user who doesn't know anything about computer science or coding interacts with. Okay, so basically when we were kids, we were interacting with these apps, so we were the users. Okay, so we used to interact with this thing. Since we interact with this helps the user interact with this application, then this is known as UI, user interface. Okay, now how to create this? In order to create this and integrate that particular addition program or multiplication or division or anything, okay, so in order to integrate these codes with these functions that we will create with this UI, what we are using PyQT. There are other frameworks also. This is a GUI framework, graphical user interface framework, that is used to do this thing, that makes this thing possible. It will help integrate the Python code with this UI and create an app that we can give it to any person who wants to use calculator. Okay, now how through PyQT we are able to create this? So I am today taking up the basic components, the main basic components that in combination when coded, I will tell you in the further lectures on system. I will help you understand how we code this, but the concepts that I have already taught you in Python, those are the basic concepts that are used in order to code the applications. Okay, so what are the components that are utilized in order to create these UIs? So the first one background, you might be having the idea of it, but if you don't know anything, let me tell you. So what are widgets? Everything that you find in an application is generally the widget only that you are interacting with. So be it a button, okay, when you are clicking in the UI, okay, on the application, when there are many buttons, those buttons are widgets. The label, what is the label? An empty space, empty rectangular space where you can put the text, okay, you can add that what to say, hard-coded text, or we can also put the image to this label, okay. So the label is an empty rectangular box in which either a text can come or an image can come. So in many UI applications you might have seen the space and there is, let's suppose, the name of the place above this space, and the name of the place is written, there is an article on this place, so there is an image, and then let's suppose there is an app, okay, that we have opened. So there is the name of the place, and there is the image of the place, and after that there is this description regarding this place. So the image part, okay, so there will be that label, okay. These labels are used in order to hold the images and the text. Now there are checkboxes, as we all know, in an application when there multiple choices are to be made among many, then we have these checkboxes. So these are also the widgets, and these labels, they are also the widgets. Now the next thing is how to create these widgets in an application and how to run them. I will take them tomorrow. I will start that tomorrow with the coding part. First let's understand the basics, okay, what are these in general. Then next is layout managers, okay. So inside layout manager, what basically layout managers are, we have, so I told you